And welcome to Tales from the Tips. I'm your host, DA, alongside 15-year tour caddy Mick Middlemo. We're just a couple of guys that love to talk about the game of golf, both inside and outside the ropes, but we come at it from a completely different perspective. Mick?
Yep.
We got some things to discuss.
Yep. The couch is gone.
The couch, gone. Well, it's here, but it's.
I think I like this chair better anyway.
Do you like?
Yeah,
I feel more.
Yeah, I feel like I'm up there.
I like this chair better than the last one.
Yeah, this is good.
A superstar is born at the Rocket.
A superstar.
Superstar.
Yeah, okay.
We are going to touch on the John Deere Classic,
Shouldn't take long.
one of your favorites. You said you've done some research and some homework for the Scottish Open.
No, just who's going to win it.
Oh, okay. And one last little bit before we get to the Open Championship. We had 20 gentlemen qualify yesterday for the Open.
We did. I actually had a look at that last night.
We'll find out if a father and son team made it.
Ooh, okay.
So that's what we call it.
You
That's
like
what we call a tease in the business.
Yeah, I'm good at that. I'm good at the teasing of
You like that?
of the stories and then never remembered to tell them.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's grip it and rip it. So, we've got to start with you.
What about me? What have I done?
Well, first of all, I didn't see a TikTok video.
Oh, no, I didn't hit balls on the weekend.
Oh.
I was in. Actually,
Why?
I got invited to go on a boat.
You got in by whom?
Jenny Fortney.
Oh, not Chris?
He may have had something to do with it, but
Well, he was pretty, let's say, so welcome to our friends on Twitch. Hi, Twitch. Chris was one of our 2 followers last week on our first episode. So we went live.
yeah, we did.
So you can, if you're listening to this podcast, if you want to see this debacle recorded live, this is before Slim gets all the fancy editing into
And
it.
you can hear me cussing a little bit.
You get, you're vulgar sailor over here. You can find us if you search Tales from the Tips Pod, all one word, on twitch.tv. You can subscribe
And
then
watch us
follow us.
live.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the scheduling mechanism on it. It's not as user-friendly as our folks at Riverside. So I'm learning, Mick. I'm teaching myself how to do this Twitch thing. As a matter of fact, I'll self-admit already. Last week's episode, which was really good, I didn't save it. So it just went live and then just disappears.
Oh, so it's gone.
But we have metrics on it. We have analytics.
Whatever.
Analytics matter.
Oh, yeah. Stats. As long as it's not StatCast like the baseball, because it wears me out.
Well, it's like ShotLink.
Lies.
All lies.
Lying.
So I got some questions.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's go. Fire. Because because obviously I don't get the rundown sheet, so you don't tell me anything.
I gave you a rundown via text.
Yeah, it's like little bullet points of nothing. But anyway.
It's called Cliff Notes,
Yeah.
Nick.
Okay.
Let's start with you.
Yes.
How are we doing on our 105-day challenge?
I think I'm on 45 today.
45.
Day 45.
We just
today.
throwing a number out there?
No, because Sunday was 42, 45.
Okay, yeah, because today is Wednesday. We normally record on Mondays.
Or Tuesdays.
Or sometimes
Never on a
Tuesdays.
Wednesday morning.
We never do Wednesday morning.
This is a morning.
This week we did Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
We double booked the studio yesterday.
Yeah, no, you told me.
It's a good
so we're
problem.
good. It's all good.
Slim's busy these days.
I actually just asked him when he came up. He said he's very, very busy.
I'm afraid we're going to lose him to other things.
He's not going anywhere.
I mean,
with that other dude that left, no name to be mentioned, Leo.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. So 45. How's the knee feeling?
The knee is okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's slowly. I want to hit balls this week. I actually do want to hit balls this week. I would have, except
But you said that last week.
Yeah, but then the boat thing came up and I had to go.
What boat thing?
I was invited to go on the boat.
Oh, you were
I got invited by one of my friends finally. I think they needed a non-drinker to be like sensible.
Did you were you navigating the boat?
No, I didn't navigate the boat. Actually, Chris did. He did a great job. He didn't drink much.
Well, Chris
Like
is
the rest of it
responsible.
did. Very, very. It was a very un-Australian trip, I'd have to say.
For you?
Not just for the whole thing in general. I mean, I just don't understand how a bunch of grown adults can run out of alcohol at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when they go on a boat. So
Well,
I felt like I was hanging around a lot of Americans who don't really understand the concept of getting too much beer for a trip, like we do in Australia.
Right.
And we had to then get beer thrown over from another boat to our boat, and of course I was the one doing the catching. Very good catching too, by the way. Didn't drop a can.
Wow.
So
That's impressive.
So they had to relay beer onto our boat because we didn't organise enough.
You didn't raft off of each other?
Yeah, we did.
Then
Oh, there was a, no. We had one.
You just
we had-
bounced between boats.
No,
then
we
at that
had
point.
one, but the other one didn't have. No, we didn't have bumpers, bouncers for the other one. So that's Scott's boat. He lives on his boat. He's well off.
He's well off.
He's well off.
Okay.
I
was
had a
ask-
wonderful day on the boat. It was fantastic. It was nice to finally get an invite.
So going back to our little Twitch conversation. So Chris watched last week,
Yep.
and then he proceeded to call you as soon as we ended the episode,
Yeah, saying that I
and
may
he
have
was
left it.
very unhappy with you.
So I told him this is the media. We don't have to mention everything. Just snippets of things.
We are definitely not CNN.
No.
We don't lie.
I wasn't lying. There was not one lie told last week.
We don't hide the truth.
I wasn't hiding the truth. I just didn't have time to tell all of the story. So I just picked out portions of the story to tell.
Selective storytelling.
Yes.
Chris, I'm apologizing on behalf of the folks at Tales from the Tips. We do not endorse or condone this kind of behavior.
I told it.
You need to tell the stories.
He did. He invited me out this week. It was wonderful. Well, his wife kind of did. Or friend.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Anyway, move on.
On that note, well, you want to get into the Rocket Classic?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
I nearly got it too. I was so close.
What do you mean?
Picking the winner.
Oh, why do you steal all the teases here?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, because I was going to say, Aldrich Pocketer.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you had to say that. Bless you.
That kid is the next superstar.
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 How many PGA Tour events has he won?
1.
Slow down.
He's 20.
Slow down.
He was the youngest to win on the Korn Ferry Tour.
I know.
19 years, 4 months.
There's a lot can happen between now and superstardom.
He is the longest driver of the golf ball on tour, 327.4 yards.
Well, you can do that when you're 20.
Mick,
Slow your roll.
he's blowing them away.
He's won one time. That's not blowing them away.
And he had a runner-up at the Mexican Open at Vidanta Village
Yeah. And how many?
in his first year.
Okay. Let's see.
And he's got a T6.
Let's get him into some.
And he's got a
let's
couple
get him
other
into
top 10s
Let's
and
get him into
15s.
some full field events first with the big boys, and then we'll go from there. But I appreciate what you're saying. He's a very, very talented young man.
There's a guy that came from South Africa that you and I would both agree, who's a Hall of Famer, that hit the ball. I don't know. He was one of the longest on tour and could putt the ball better than anybody. Same thing with Aldrich.
Mm-hmm.
Name Ernie Els.
Please don't compare him to Ernie Els yet.
He is in that category. I am saying it today. The 2nd of July of 2025. This kid will be around. He's going to be a nightmare.
Is he going to win majors?
Yes.
When?
Well, let's see here, Mick. He's contending now.
Mm-hmm.
I give it within the next 2 years. He has his first win.
In a major?
Major.
0 chance.
Well, he's going to have his first shot at Augusta next year.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got 2 years to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
I think
he's now 49th in the world in Golf World Rankings.
He's got a long way to go. Serious talent. But I've seen this before.
Does
Jordan Spieth was going to be the next superstar too. And now what's he doing?
Well, he's had injuries.
Crickets.
Speaking of Jordan, we'll get into that with this John Deere because you are really poo-pooing this John Deere
No,
Classic.
I'm not poo-pooing. It's just
You're
it's
very
an interesting-
disappointed
it's
in the
an-
field.
Well, yeah, there's guys there that I thought had retired, but
Well, okay.
understandably, they've got to get in somehow because that's when you have so many players who can play, and you've got to play somewhere.
See, this is why I don't share notes with you or say things before we start these episodes, because I already told you exactly why. Because we have now 8 signature events that have to take over, which,
Oh,
by
I
the
know.
way, then you don't make the cut. You don't have a cut.
Oh, I know. That's why it's a little disjointed, the tour. It's a little bit disjointed at the moment.
You think?
Yeah, very much so.
Besides the 2 events that had an opposite field, what are the other opportunities for these guys to compete?
There aren't any. That's why it's disjointed. That's
And
why it's
now-
always been this way.
And now we're cutting the cards down to 100.
Yeah.
It's becoming, you have to be an elite.
And then they'll have you play on the Corn Ferry Tour, and you don't play for enough money to make a living out there.
Right.
Because they don't want you making a living on the Corn Ferry Tour. Who was that? Who was the last commissioner that said that? Fincham. Tim Fincham. Bless his heart. Yeah, he was one. At the meeting, he told them that we can't put the purses up on the web.com tour as it was then because we don't want people making a living on them. They weren't, trust me.
Well, no, there's no way. You've shared on this podcast multiple times the cost associated with just traveling, and just on your side of the bag.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And if you're not making cuts and things like that, then yeah, you're not making any money. You might break even, but that's not going to help you pay the bills at the house. It doesn't make the wife happy, or wives.
Or I was going to say, which one?
No, it's only the second one.
The second one.
She was the only one that lived through the caddy world.
Okay. The first one never got there.
No.
Okay. No, the Rocket, we had all sorts of news. Colin Morikawa.
He's having caddy issues.
I was going to say, Mick, what did I text you?
Oh no, you text me let's get ready. Send him a message. Let's go. Well, I can't walk right now.
Colin, I'm telling you right now, I've got somebody for hire right here. He will listen to what you need and how you want to do it. Don't worry, he's not going to tell you that you need to be focused on your putting
The
instead
fact
of
that he
your.
can't walk doesn't help, but that's okay. I'll be fine.
We'll get you through it.
Oh no, I'll make it.
We could
ready.
tag team.
I'm getting ready.
I'll do Friday and Sunday. No,
I actually tried to call-
Actually, I'll do Thursday and Friday, or Thursday and Saturday. You do Friday and Sunday.
If
You
I
get
could
them
do-
through the cut, and you get them through the.
If
the
I could
last
do what
day.
I did with Daniel Chopra when I was in India, that was good because Daniel had his own caddy in India when I went to caddy for him in Delhi. But I caddied the golf course. But his caddy would meet him like in the parking lot and take his clubs to the range, clean his clubs, do everything. I never touched the clubs.
Oh,
I never touched the
That's
clubs.
a good program.
I never touched the clubs. And then practice round, he carried the clubs, and I just had the yardage book and all the stuff I needed, and he did all that work. Then he would take it to the car afterwards, and then we'd put him in the trunk, and then we'd drive off. And then Thursday came around, first day of the tournament. He met us there. He took his clubs to the range. Then he took the clubs to the tee, put them down, and then walked away. Then I picked him up, carried him for 18. As soon as I walked off the course, he would grab them and then take them to the range. And yeah, it was good.
wow!
Yeah.
Did you get your regular rate too?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Maybe we could work that deal out
But
with
that's
Colin.
like that. That's been Daniel's caddy for a long, long time, and he's always paid him. So, like whether he was going to do it or not, Daniel always paid him.
Do you think Colin would do that?
Probably not. No,
How much would we have to charge Colin for the two of us?
I don't. Well, I don't think money means.
Well,
much
we
to-
could put him on the podcast with us.
I don't think money means too much to Colin. I think he's okay.
You think he's all right?
I think he's set.
What was it going to take for you and I to do it? We could get a sponsorship.
I actually tried to call Greg Owen yesterday to have a chat about his playing in the US Senior Open.
And
He didn't answer the phone.
Greg, call Mick.
No, I'm
back.
going to call. I'm calling him on the way home today.
Greg, call Mick.
He will. He's like 14. He never picks up the phone.
Oh, wow. I don't think you should be throwing shots out while you're trying to, solicit
Who,
employment.
Greg? No, Greg's one of my best friends. I know he never picked. He'll call me back tomorrow probably.
I see you're wearing Chris's company.
Yes.
Yeah, look at
Make him. What's it called again? GT Golf Supplies for all your
GT
golfing
Golf
ne-
Supplies,
for all your
yeah.
golfing needs.
You got your grips. You're with your Golf Pride grips. I
Yeah.
mean, look at you. Camo hat, ready for the 4th of July.
The last camo hat I had was a Waffle House camo hat, and Bill Murray took it from me. At Pebble Beach.
That would have been fun.
We've got a photo of it, and he loved the hat so much he asked if he could have it. And Bill Murray asks, he gets.
So I got to. We're going to go back to the Rocket. We're bringing this thing back to the Rocket
Okay, yeah,
Classic.
pull back.
Yes, you almost out of nowhere. And again, this is a common theme on this podcast. Mick will make some kind of wild prediction or a general prediction and then walk his way back on something. And then out of nowhere comes up with Chris Kirk.
Yeah, I thought he was going to win too.
It's a good thing you didn't stick with Ricky.
Yeah.
You didn't make the cut.
This week.
That was rough.
This week. John Deere.
What? You
Ricky.
got Ricky this week.
Yeah. Jason Day. Jason Day has to win. So. And he's actually playing pretty good.
I've got odds. Don't worry. We'll get to the John Deere Classic in the Quad Cities. But your thoughts from the Rock. I thought these guys, because I had a lot of car and windshield time this weekend. So I did a lot of listening to the tournament. I thought
I've actually never listened to golf. Is it good to listen to?
I actually prefer it. Now, again, given my current profession that actually pays me, not this gig, I prefer audio versus the visual. Now, I will, in truth, say I will have the telecast on the TV on the weekends, but I'll have PGA Tour radio on. I'll listen to them call.
Who's the commentators? Besides Daniel.
Daniel's a color analyst.
Mm-hmm.
Which one? You got Fred Albers, you've got Tom Wormy, you've got John McGinnis calls.
McGinnis has been doing it forever.
Yeah, and John bounces between senior and Champions Tour.
He's a man.
By the way,
man that liked to drink.
There's a guy. There's a tournament that we didn't even touch on that we needed to talk about is this senior.
Well, let's
Open.
go. Let's talk. We've already talked about the Rocket. You've picked the next superstar.
Well, okay.
He's going to win 74 majors.
There's one thing with the Rocket though that came out as a post tournament. Now, obviously, we talked about it last week. They're going through an extensive renovation. There was a report by a local TV station up in Detroit, WXYZ, that's the ABC affiliate, Channel 7 up there, saying that the Rocket is going to move next year
to
the last regular season position, currently where the Wyndham Championship sits.
Oh, that'd be good.
I think it makes sense, especially gives them another month to get that course ready. You never know what the weather is going to be like up in Michigan as you're trying to do a full-scale renovation.
It didn't take long, Michigan.
But my question to you is, do you like the Rocket being right before we start the Tour Championship?
Yeah, I think it's
playoffs?
fine. I have no problem with it. Although I like the Wyndham.
I feel bad for the folks at Wyndham.
The Wyndham. It's a good tournament, the Wyndham. Worst finishing hole in golf, but...
Oh.
Yeah. The Wyndham? Oh, horrific. Like this horrible hole.
It's a roller coaster.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's a roller coaster.
It is a terrible golf
Does it finish at the clubhouse?
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of. Yeah, no, it does finish at the clubhouse.
Okay.
Which is good. It's just a crap hole.
You don't like the hole?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So let's
good golf course.
Yes. So let's.
Speaking of bad golf courses, let's go. Let's move on.
Let's go. TPC Deer Run is not a bad golf course.
Is that one? Yeah.
We are going to the Quad Cities, Silvis, Illinois.
I've been there. Don't worry.
I know. I've got it in my notes.
It's actually really nice. You fly to Chicago, catch a Cubs game where they were home, and drive on.
Is that what you could do?
That's what we used to do. Yeah. Yeah, always.
Did you like that? Because 2000 is when they went to TPC.
Yeah, it's an okay golf course. They have the best tee markers in the business.
Well, yeah, they have the little tractors
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You want to steal those things. Not that I condone that sort of stuff, but you'd want to.
You were hoping that somebody would gift you one.
Yeah, gift one in the bag. It'd be good.
That would be good.
And then they had the big dig.
Yeah. They got the big the excavator with the golf ball.
It's called the big dig. No, you get in there and you can actually go to the John Deere factory and they have the big area out there and you can drive and use all the stuff.
You get to play on the equipment?
You get to play on all of them. Every one we can play on.
See, I used to compete against John Deere in my first career.
What was your first career?
You didn't know this, did you?
Nope.
I sold golf course, turf, and sports maintenance equipment.
Against John Deere.
Against John Deere.
Good luck
I
with that.
recommend.
What, you work for a Caterpillar or something?
No, I represented a company called Textron that had Jacobson, Cushman, Ransom, and Ryan products.
Yeah. It's probably not good to talk about.
Jacobson greens mowers were the elite at that time.
Elite, not as elite as John Deere, obviously, because everyone.
No,
knows
actually,
John Deere.
Toro is the number one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Toro is the number one in greens maintenance.
Anyway, the big dig was amazing.
Yeah.
You could go in there and play with all the big things and whatever. And
You got to play.
Yeah, you got to play with.
That's
them.
so much
you got
fun.
to and drive them and dig stuff up, and yeah, it was good.
I've heard now, because I threatened Lynn that my retirement plan is that I'm going to get a job at a golf course post-retirement, and I'm going to work on the maintenance crew. But I'm hearing now that they have all these equipment is now just digitally controlled off the superintendent's phone, and they just send them out without any operators.
Don't know that. Well, I don't know about that. I haven't seen that. It doesn't happen at Cobblestone.
I mean, I see all these taxis running around here without any drivers. It's kind of scary.
That is actually kind of scary.
Could you picture if you're walking down the fairway and you see this greens mower coming right at you
with no one on it?
with nobody running?
No, it'll be no job.
Don't run over my ball.
Not doing very good for the economy, jobs and stuff, but that's okay.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more.
Okay. So, you ready for the...
Let's go.
Okay. So, you say that the field isn't that strong.
Not necessarily the strongest field I've ever seen.
But I will continue to contend that some of these fields have to have these players in
Oh,
it.
they have to have them because
Because
they've got to get a chance to play somewhere.
let me tell you some of the past winners. You ready?
You ready.
Just recently, Sepp Straka. Is he a pretty good player?
Some weeks. He bound that boy is on. You talk about a guy that roller coasts. He's a guy that wins and then you don't see him for 6 weeks and then he contends and then he doesn't see him for 6 weeks and he contends, which is not a bad thing.
Okay. Our guy, JT Poston.
Your guy, yes. Next,
He's a friend of the program.
I've never met him.
Okay. You'll meet him, East Lake. Lucas Glover. Have you heard of this guy?
US Open winner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about Michael Kim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How about this
Now we're starting to clutch at straws.
Bryson DeChambeau?
Playing in what?
What's that?
What's he playing in?
What tour is he playing on now?
No, what tournament's he playing in?
Well, this week?
Yeah,
I don't know. Is Liv even playing this week?
probably not.
They were playing in Texas last week. Your boy Patrick Reed won.
I know, I saw it.
Okay. By the way, they're talking about him being on the Ryder Cup team. How do you feel about that?
Nah.
No. We're going to get into
No.
more.
With a capital no.
Here's what I want to do, because
He's a cheat.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Well, he is.
You can't say those things.
It's obvious. You only have to look at the videos. It was a mistake. Sorry, it was a mistake. He didn't know what he was doing.
Okay, that's better. Thanks, Mick, for clarifying that. We don't need any legal issues, Mick.
But while it's over there, he can take whatever's in there.
Is it that orange bowl that has nothing in it?
It's over there.
That's about the same as my
it's
wallet.
the one that
over
would be
there.
standing on
Okay.
the corner of 75 and Wade Green
Okay.
Road at the end of the day.
Okay, so Ryan Moore.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything for 8 years.
Okay. Your aforementioned Jordan Spieth won twice.
Yeah.
Brian Harmon, have you heard of him?
Yeah, he goes okay. Georgia boy, left-hander.
Zach Johnson, have you heard of him?
Again, hasn't contended in anything for... 10
He's
years.
he's my age.
When was the last time he was in contention for anything?
Well, the Masters.
When he won it?
No, he was in contention this year.
He was not in contention. He played. He had a nice tournament, finished top 10, but he was never going to win. He was never in contention.
So what is contention then, Mick?
A chance to win coming down the stretch.
Oh, what you and Alex gave me a hard time when I asked you guys about that for your picks for the Open. What do you mean contention? If there's a chance to win, they should be.
Are you grumpy today?
No, I'm just pointing out where
Slim,
you guys.
Is he grumpy today, Slim? You think so? See, Slim just said
Slim.
yes. Slim just
this
said
is-
yes.
this is the
I don't think
fence
I don't
rider.
think he's a morning podcaster. I'm starting to think he's no good in the mornings.
This is the fence rider that I have to deal with over here. We flip flop like a fish on the boat.
He had no chance to win it. He had a nice tournament. Well played. That's not in contention. Chris, text me if I'm right.
Steve Stricker. Have you heard of this guy? By the way, he won the tournament 3 years in a row.
Yeah, he's like 75 years old.
My point, Mick, is that
There's some good players
top
in the field.
players play in this tournament.
Yes, there's some very, very good players
And they
playing
get
in
their-
this tournament that haven't contended for 10 years. Yes, I get what you're saying.
Before these are the winners, past winners.
Oh, I get-
They've
I
gone
know.
on to win. I don't know, U.S. Opens, Open Championships,
I get that back in the day.
PGAs.
The best is behind them, some of them.
Okay. All right. So you ready for this year's field?
Yep.
Ben Griffin. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, he goes okay.
He's your number one odds to win this week.
No, not happening.
Denny McCarthy. Have you heard of him?
Yep.
How about this guy that you might like a little bit? Jason Day.
Needs to win.
He needs to win. Why?
No, he might get a spot somewhere else.
Do you think he's going to go over to live?
No. There's
He's
no
going to
chance.
stay there?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
there's no chance.
Michael Thorbjornsen.
Well said. Very
Thank
good.
you. By the way, T4 last week.
Yeah. Good finish.
Yeah. Siwoo Kim. Have you heard of him?
Yeah. He's a
Winner this week.
Very good player.
Won this year, right?
Yeah, he has won this year. Not playing in the
How about
Scottish.
Sunjay Im?
Not playing in the Scottish Open. He's got a good caddy.
He's got a good caddy. A guy that you almost nailed, Chris Kirk.
How close was I?
I-
And he's going to
I
contend
lit-
again this
okay.
week. He will contend this
So-
week too. He's a very sneaky, under the radar player. Very, very good player.
Do you know how many tour wins he has?
4.
Six.
6. Sorry, 6. Yes.
I did not know that.
See, he's sneaky good and no one knows.
He comes out of nowhere.
Sneaky
Just
good
like
player.
your pick out of nowhere last
Sneaky
week.
good player and very good guy.
So I will admit this right now to our live audience and also the ones that will be listening to this podcast and watching us. I had a social post of you picking him to win and congratulating you on nailing it.
Yeah, and then what happened?
I deleted it
Yeah,
because
he didn't win.
Didn't win.
He didn't win.
'Cause
You know,
a
the nice thing
superstar-
about Chris Kirk is he's very good to his caddies. He doesn't like to have the same caddy all the time.
Yep.
He used to do a caddy share. Like caddy share basically is when one player wants to have 2 different caddies, and the caddies then split the money.
Oh, good.
So if just say you and I are caddying for Chris Kirk and you're caddying for the week that he wins, you and I split the first prize.
Perfect.
And then all that sort of stuff. And then I think he had a really, really good year and he made good FedEx money. And I think he had like 6 caddies that year. And whatever he won with the FedEx money, he divided up the percentage and gave it to the caddies that he had during that year.
I like this guy.
Good guy.
I can see why you would pull for him.
Very good guy.
I like Chris. Chris, welcome to the team.
Yeah. And probably could win this week too because he's.
I think the way he's playing,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Aldrich drained. What was that, 22, 24 footer?
It was a long putt.
I mean, again, that tournament has produced some really good finishes.
It has.
That is the fun part about that tournament. There have been some great finishes. We'll see what the new.
You haven't mentioned the course and where it was.
I'm not going to because it's being changed. It's irrelevant now. And then the last but not least, he came in tied for 4th also last week. Jake Knapp.
Yeah, he's always thereabouts.
He's
Always thereabouts. Good player.
so
But-
who did you caddy for there at the John Deere?
Ooh, many players at that one. Anthony Painter to start with. Trying to think. Greg Owen, definitely. Jared Lyle, definitely. Daniel Chopra, maybe. I've been there maybe 5 times, maybe 5 or 6 times.
Okay, so what was your favorite bar or bars? Because it's
I
the
actually
Quad
don't really.
Cities. Do you like?
No,
do you
I
have to
don't
go
really-
stay
I
at
actually
different
don't
cities?
really remember going out much there.
Why?
I don't
What else
know.
is there to do?
Yeah, there's nothing. I told you that's where Tony Navarro lives. Caddy.
Yeah.
He lives there. I don't. Yeah, there was a couple of bars there that were like old houses
Oh,
that were really, really cool there.
Chris, I'm telling you right now, you could do this.
He won't do it, I'm telling you. I've already mentioned it to him on the boat.
You guys could talk about the Scottish Open. You could talk about the golf industry. It would be a great. It would save me from having to create a best of episode.
The what?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
You're going to do what?
A best of.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Because it's a lot of work for me.
Yeah, it is for you, not for me.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it would be a lot easier. Slim could record it. He'd shoot it over to me. I'll be sitting in Tennessee relaxing.
I'll talk to him about it after I get out of here.
All right. Chris, I'm counting on you. You got to
won't.
pick up the slack for me.
He won't do it.
You don't have to open.
From
you don't have to
GT Golf Supplies. I can do all the openings and stuff.
All right. So we had 20 guys qualify for the Open Championship.
Yep.
Justin Walters, Jakob Olsen.
We don't have to go through all 20, do we?
Yeah, we're going to. Harry Hall. Harry left. He flew right from out of Detroit Metro right to England.
I knew that was going to come.
At the Burn and Barrel Club.
Let's go on to the one that impressed me that you didn't know about.
Well, Fraser Jones, he's an amateur. He made the cut.
No, not him.
How about O.J. Farrell?
Not in.
Okay, so let's go to Dundonald links.
Change his name. OJ.
Lee Westwood.
Yeah, he won easy too. He won.
Yeah, went going away.
Yeah, he won easy. He's thing. Good to see.
Okay,
Westy.
what chances do you give Lee to compete?
High. Top 10.
Okay, I agree.
What?
I agree.
That's unusual.
It very unusual. What is Slim doing to our cameras over here? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be on camera now.
It's not my camera. It's your camera.
I know. Daniel Young,
Yep.
Angel Hidalgo,
Keep going.
Jesper Sandborg, Connor Graham. By the way, Connor won in a playoff 2-for-1. He's an amateur.
Mm-hmm. I think there was 4 amateurs.
I think so. Yes. As a matter of fact, yes. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 4 amateurs. You're right. Lucas Herbert,
Australian.
Samson Zhang.
Lucas Herbert, by the way, very good ambassador for leukemia for Jared Lowell. Has the duck head cover.
Get out of here.
Big ambassador for.
We
Jared.
should get some.
I can get you some.
We should get some duck head covers.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of tournaments coming up.
He's the ambassador for leukemia.
Do you think that
I will order them online tonight.
Okay, let me ask you this.
That's one thing I will never ask for free.
Well, I don't want you to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Apart from
here's what I want.
tickets to sporting events.
Here's what I want. Do you think you'll have them by July 21st?
100%.
Do you know why we need them for July 21st?
Yeah, because we're playing Eastlake in the media day.
Are you going to be ready?
It doesn't matter. I'm going to play. I don't care if I shoot 120, and I probably will, but I'm going to play. I'm going to hobble around. I'll make it.
Okay.
Who are we playing with? We don't know.
I don't know. Richard Teeter,
Yep.
amateur.
From?
I don't know. You tell me.
Estonia.
Estonia!
First player ever from Estonia to make it. He hold his second shot on the playoff hole to get in there. 20-year-old amateur. He looks like Mark Zuckerberg just about. He's got the
I was gonna say
dorky-looking kid.
Oh, wow.
But he's going to
Sorry, Zuck. By the way, fix my daughter's Instagram account, please. Thanks.
I'm
No,
going to be
like,
intrigued. He's actually got me intrigued now because I'm really going to be interested to see how he finishes this week. So I'm going to be like, yeah.
Oliver Lindell. Him and Richard were in a 4-for-2 spot qualifier. Sudden death. You say Richard holed out. Oliver, I think, sunk his putt.
Sunk his putt, yeah.
Yeah. And then I think all of Gainesville, Florida was interested in this one. Royal Circa Ports.
It's a great name.
I know. Cirque du Soleil.
Great name.
Circa Ports.
How many of them will make the
Dean Burmeister
cut? Yeah, there's your name.
from the Live Tour makes the cut. Nathan Kimsey. Curtis Knipes.
Not exactly a lot of household names there, is there?
Sebastian Cave. He was your other amateur.
Yeah.
And John Axelson.
Not a lot of household names there. How many?
No.
How many of these? How many is it? 20?
20 guys.
How many of these 20 are going to make the cut?
Ooh. I'm going to give Harry Hall the cut. I'm going to give Lee the cut.
I don't need them all. Just give me a number.
Counting based on looking at these.
I'll go 4.
I'll go under 3.
All right, done. 4.
Unfortunately, Gainesville, Florida was let down. Ian and his son Luke
It didn't make it.
shot 1 under. Both of them missed it by 3.
Saw that. Didn't make
I
it.
was pulling for them.
I'd like to see.
I would have loved to
I
see
kind
the
of like
father
Ian
and
Poulter.
son.
I like Ian Poulter.
Okay, let me ask you this. Had dad and son made the cut, do you think the Open Championship pairs them together to play?
They probably could have been because they would have come out of the same category as qualifying. So there's a chance they would have been.
Because I was sitting there thinking about it. How cool would that be to be able to play I
think I
a
don't know.
major
I
championship
don't know if Kevin and Craig Stadler did
in a major, though.
in the Masters. They both played in the Masters together.
Did they play together, though?
They had a practice round together. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
But I don't know whether they were paired together in the same. I can find out. I will find out. I will.
That'd be a good one.
Let Kevin Stadler. I will. Do you want me to text him now? See if he responds. What time?
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
it's too
No,
early.
yeah, it's
He's
too
in-
early.
He's in.
Okay. Anything else on as we get ready? We'll do when I get back.
Do you call it the Open Championship or the British? Or did
I
I
call-
ask you this already?
Okay, so I grew up knowing it as the British Open. I do call it the Open Championship.
Okay. Very
What
good.
do you call it?
The Open.
I think it is the Open
It
Championship.
is the Open Championship.
It was the original.
Yeah. Well, they invented the game. over there.
153rd
They
playing.
they kind of invented the game. They can
Yeah.
call it whatever they want.
I mean, when you have 20 plus years on the U.S. Open, I think you get to get called whatever you want to be called.
Yep. Agreed.
So, so it is the Open Championship for me.
Agreed.
And you can call them the champion golfer of the year.
Fact.
So, do you
Now-
think
now I've-
Xander? Do you think Xander contends?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get into that in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Yes.
I have to go back to one. Did you see the altercation between Padraig Harrington and Roger Maltby? Is that in your notes?
I did. Well, it's not in my notes, but yes, I heard about it. So, I think it's ridiculous.
In whose favour?
Rogers.
That he didn't help?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
And here's why.
And his BS excuse that he was listening to what NBC were telling him to do about what's going to happen if he can't find his ball and all that sort of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Because I can guarantee one thing. If the shoe had been on the other foot, he would have been headless. That Padraig wasn't helping him look for his ball.
You think so?
No doubt. I've been, we've hit balls and you're looking for it and stuff like that, and marshals have just been sort of standing there and be like, hey, you don't want to, I know you're just doing your marshalling thing by standing there, but you don't want to chip in and give us a bit of a hand, do you? Just
Well,
have a
and
look
that's
around,
the thing. Like
you know?
that's the one part about the rules of golf that. Here's the way I look at it. Okay, first, and I heard what Rogers said, and I heard what Padraig said. I disagree with Padraig, and here's why. Roger has a job to do. His job is actually to commentate and get the set for calling the shots. Now,
Why can't he do both?
well, because he has
He's just
another
walking around.
job.
He's
to
walking
do.
around with a microphone.
Here's where I'm going to say, due to the rules of golf, it would have been beneficial for him to do it, because had he stepped on or by accidentally knocked Padraig's ball, and even your marshal that you used, there isn't a penalty incurred on the player. Now, if you or your player go and accidentally step on or kick the ball, what happens?
It might be a penalty.
So I understand why Padraig was upset that Roger didn't help, but I don't put any blame on Roger for not helping. And you and I probably will agree to disagree on this.
Yeah, I probably disagree with that one. He should have probably helped.
Now,
think it's just
I
a
know-
common courtesy.
It is a common courtesy, and these guys are always together. They're very close, all of them, whether it's the TV side or the radio guys. The radio guys are a little bit more dependent. They're painting the picture. At least the TV camera for Roger is doing all the videoing. I mean,
Yeah, but at that stage, they're not videoing. They just
Yeah.
radio it down to him and like, what's the situation? And he
Right.
could have been like, well, they're still looking for his ball. He may have to go back to the tee. But while he's doing that, he could be walking around like helping as well.
I don't think he. Okay. I don't think it's his responsibility. I don't disagree with you
I
saying
don't think it's
that
the fans' responsibility either, but they do.
Yeah, but they want to be, they want to be the hero.
Fact.
Roger's job is not to be the hero.
Yeah.
His
Well,
job
he
is to
could've helped.
report.
I am 100% behind you, Padrick. 100%.
Plus, I'm a little bad. I'm mad at Podrick.
Why? Because he won. Because he beat Stewart.
Yes.
I knew. I know where you were going with this. You letting your emotions get in the way of this.
No, friendships.
And plus, the funny thing about marshals and volunteers and stuff, there's got to be some funny stories about volunteers. I've had many. With
I would imagine.
yeah, one guy who picked up Greg's ball one time. That was good.
Just picked it up.
Yeah, he was the 1 to 3rd hole at Tampa, and Greg had hit this roping pull second shot. You got to lay up. You hit an iron off the tee. It's par 4, water on the right, and he like pulled this 6 iron, and it's gone hard up against a tree. And of course, I'm pretty sure I know where it is. And Greg's back behind me, so I'm walking towards, and I can see the ball like right up against this tree root. Like there's no chance he can get it on the green. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh Lord, that is dead. He's not going to be thrilled with this one. And I asked the marshal, I said, is that the second guy's shot who played that? He goes, yeah, that's it here. And he just picks up the ball and throws it to me. I'm like, dude, it's not a practice round. He's going to have to play that where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to call the rules official into, so yeah, I was definitely over there. And of course, I was the one who knew where it was. And I was like, yeah, was it? No, it was kind of more.
Now, do you play? That's a great question. Do you place it back?
Yeah.
You don't get a drop.
No, you place it as close to where it was.
Okay. Did he give himself a little bit more of a
No,
beneficial?
because I was the one who saw it, so I was the one that had to say, no, it wasn't really there. It was more that way. It was more there.
Look, so you can be honest.
Wait, when it comes to golf.
Sorry, Chris.
When it comes to golf, yeah.
That's good. That's nice of you.
And then there was also another. I was caddying.
What other incident do you want to talk about?
Well, this isn't a marshal. This is another caddy.
Oh.
And this was a Web.com event tour in. I want to say it was Boise. Yeah, it was. It was in Boise, Idaho. Second hole, par 4, maybe par 5. You come off the tee. You come off the green, and then you got to walk back to the tee. My player was like, "No, you just go down and 4 caddy." Might have been Daniel. And so we're in the trees, sort of waiting for them to play. And his player hit, and it took one bounce into the trees and hit his caddy fair square in the chest.
Oh.
Just one bounce, the one hop that hit him. And he's like, "That's my player's ball." And I'm like, "I know." And he's like, "That hit me." I'm like, "I know." And he's like, I can't tell him. I mean, no one saw it. And I'm like, "I did."
I was going to say.
I was the one that saw. I'm like, "No, you have to tell him it hit you." And he's like, "But he's going to kill me." I'm like, "It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It hit you in the chest. You have to tell him that it hit you." So yeah, he did. But he was ready to cover it up though.
Don't tell us the caddy or player.
I couldn't even tell you who the caddy was now.
See, Slim, can you believe this? He could tell you the descriptions of holes on the web.com tour, can't remember a bar, but can describe exactly
I
the
could tell
placement.
you every hole on that course, I could tell you.
Selective memory.
Well, I was
Slim.
sober when I was on the golf course, but yeah, I can remember a lot of golf courses, yes.
No.
And holes.
Okay, we're gonna go on. You're gonna give your picks for the Scottish.
John Rahm,
John Rahm.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
because he's ready. He's starting to win. He's getting ready to win. Playing good.
So John Rahm.
John Rahm.
Do you have anybody else that you're
No.
going to keep your eyes on?
Nope. John Rahm, straight up.
Okay. Well, since we won't, you'll have a podcast on it.
Maybe.
Chris, counting on you. Anything else you want to touch on before we go?
Well, he says he wants to do it, but we'll see.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right.
No, I'm good.
You're
Move
good.
on. Move on. Have you got any more notes?
No,
Or are we done?
That's it.
All right.
We've
we're done.
touched on everything.
Done. So we can't do this in the morning anymore, Slim. He's grumpy in the mornings.
I'm not grumpy.
Yep. Slim's giving me the thumbs up for that. He even came in looking grouchy.
Here's
Did you see the way he came through the door? Because he was like 3 minutes late. He came through that door. He was hammering through that door, and I was like, well, he looks grouchy this morning. Kids must have got more money off him or something. It was like 5 minutes.
It was 3.
But he came,
I knew
he came
that I
through
was
the door.
behind.
He came through the door, and it was like it's like the kids had got more money from him for something, for dancing or swimming or something, and he was like, he was ready to roll.
Anything else you want to throw out there?
No, I'm good.
I don't like morning podcasts.
I can tell.
I've got way too many other things going on.
You're not a morning person, I'm starting to figure.
No, I am actually. I was here at 7:45.
That's because you got to beat the traffic.
No, actually traffic's not bad right now. Getting down here.
No, it was good this morning.
No, my challenges with a morning podcast. One, Slim doesn't like morning podcasts either. He will admit that, and he's walking around right now. Second of all, I actually have a real job, and this cuts into my real job quite significantly. So thankfully, this is a holiday week, and I can get away with a few hours away from doing my normal job.
Sorry to inconvenience you.
It was our own fault. We double booked, not yours.
Hold on, I was going to say, hold the phone.
I am responsible. Monday I canceled this because I worked from home. We could have done it on Riverside. I thought about it afterwards. Saved Slim a lot of work.
It's all good. We'll be fine.
But we're good. So, well,
all right.
let me do our revised close now, Mick.
I'm listening.
You ready?
Yep.
Thanks for teeing it up with us on Tales from the Tips. If you're catching us on YouTube, make sure you give us a like and hit that subscribe button. Give us a follow. You can find Tales from the Tips wherever you find your favorite podcast, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and, of course, the Odyssey app. Just search for Tales from the Tips. Subscribe, follow, hit the plus button. Enjoy. And now you can watch us live on Twitch. So, Mick.
Next week.
Enjoy next week.
I'll be rolling next week.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
Fine folks here in America.
Maybe I'll get invited onto a boat.
Hopefully you get to celebrate as your...
Drinking Diet Coke, baby.
Diet Coke. Here it is. Guys, remember... Keep your drive straight, your putt short, and your scores low. As we tee it up on Tales from the Tips, we'll see you next time.